Canada, as always. Welcome back. So we are doing another movie review, a review on a movie that I somehow have not ever reviewed on this channel. By the title of this video, I'm sure you can tell what movie I'm talking about, and no, I'm not talking about the damn remake that they did a few years ago. No, don't watch that, because... But no, what we are talking about is the OG 1975 film adaptation, The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I say film adaptation. Now, most of us know that, but I kind of want to state for the youngins, in case you didn't know, this actually did start off as a play in London. I think did a few shows out here. I'm not sure if it was before or after the film adaptation came out and everything, and I'm pretty sure that they're still, like, doing this as a play, I think. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry, but honestly, whatever. So yeah, like I said, it came out in 1975, starring, obviously, the great Mr. Tim Curry, Susan Sarandon, Barry Bostwick, Patricia Quinn, Little Nell, Meatloaf's in this for just a quick little bit and everything, and Richard O'Brien. And Richard O'Brien is actually the writer of the play and the movie itself. This movie, for all intents and purposes, it still to this day is called a cult classic. Now, here's the thing. So way back in the day, I mean, this movie did so poorly and everything, really did bad, until it started doing some midnight showings and everything. That's kind of where it started really getting its reputation. And then, slowly, like, obviously it was cult film and everything. But I feel like now it is such a popular movie. I mean, even I would say, like, 25 years ago, like, when I was growing up and discovering this movie, even by then, kind of the cults, calling it a cult film was kind of wearing a little thin, because it has gotten so popular. And I'm not trying to say that in a disrespectful way by saying it's not a cult film anymore. Whatever. I mean, it's one of those movies that, hey, people were talking up so much, and it's been passed down from generation to generation that, yeah, talk about word of mouth. This goes to show you that word of mouth, like, works. And this is certainly not the first movie, nor has it been the last, where it's been, like, word of mouth and everything, and people start, like, getting into it. I know one of the earliest movies that has happened with, that did so poorly and everything, but over time really kind of grew and has been loved and everything. Something such as The Wizard of Oz. That was a complete bomb, but now it's like, and that movie does not even get, like, cults slapped onto it. It's just, oh, the great Wizard of Oz, So that's kind of where I'm trying to go with, what I'm saying. But anyway, so Rocky Horror Picture Show. So this obviously is a musical. A lot of great numbers. Time Warp, Sweet Transvestite, Hot Patootie, Whatever Happened Saturday Night, I Can Make You a Man. Like, there's so many great songs in this that you will be singing along in no time. So this is just a fun little movie. Basically, it's kind of a combination of various different movies. Most notably would be Frankenstein, because obviously, like, Mr. Curry's character here, Dr. Frankenfurter, obviously kind of like a nod to Frankenstein, and Rocky, who is his little creation monster for his own personal pleasure. Hey, you can't be getting any love. What do? Don't get a toy. You make yourself your own man or woman. Whatever. But no, this is, so you got that aspect. There's a ton of little, like, nods to, like, to a wide range of movies, from, like, the 30s to, I would say, through the 50s, I would say. Some of those, like, B science fiction type movies, a little bit, like, sprinkled out throughout the movie and everything. Like, it is such a fantastic movie. It is definitely a rite of passage for many people. I mean, I remember when I first saw this movie. I saw it for the first time in the fourth grade, like Halloweenish or right before Halloween. Like VH1 was showing it or something. Like I said, like on Halloween or something, or like playing it throughout October. And I was such like this was before my total and complete platonic love for Tim Curry. Like I knew who he was obviously from like It, The Worst Witch, Annie and stuff. Really liked his work, but this was really before I was really like OMG Tim Curry. But I really wanted to see this because at the time I was going through such a Meatloaf phase. Not the food, the musician. Because I mean, at that time, like I said, I was in fourth grade. Like the year before that, because I started the fourth grade like '94. Year before that, Meatloaf's "Bad Out of Hell 2" came out. I was obsessed with those songs. I was obsessed with Meatloaf and everything. So when I saw that he was in this movie, I was like, and I freaking loved the movie. Like, it totally went over my head at first. I mean, it took me a couple of years and a couple of viewings, because like I said, fourth grade, you watch it in the fourth grade, you're really not gonna have a clue on what the hell this movie is about, but you just think it's fucking cool. But yeah, it grew on me. I loved it. I've kept with it for ever since then. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely like a rite of passage for so many people, and this is definitely um, one of those movies too where if you're even kind of slightly like me, where you're a little bit of an outsider, a little bit of an outcast and stuff. I find that not, and I shouldn't say that like everyone of this film is like this who's like me. Some of y'all are kind of like the quintessential, all American, or wherever you're from, person next door and stuff, kind of like whatever, the normal folk basically. For me, no, though, in like so many others, like I said, it's for us who kind of have been sort of outsiders and stuff, really gravitate towards this movie, and just like the culture and the community just around this movie. It's just like I am always meeting people who do love this movie. Like I know one of the girls at work a while ago. Actually, I had found out, and she's a youngin'. She's in college. She's like, oh god, I think she's like 20 now, but at the time I think she's like 18 or so, and she had like just broken up with her boyfriend. She was really sad and depressed and everything. And she was just kind of telling me, she's like, she's like, honestly, I think the most upset I am about this breakup is the fact that my boyfriend literally has my Rocky Horror Picture Show and he will not give it back to me. I'm like, so I literally got on my phone, ordered a DVD copy of it or a Blu-ray copy of it for pretty cheap. Came like the next day or 2 days later, and I brought it in for her. I was like, oh, hey, by the way, Liz, here you go. She opened up the package. I didn't even take it out of the package because I wanted her to be surprised. She opened it and she, like, oh my god, it made her day. So, I mean, yeah, Rocky Horror, man. Making people happy. I'm just saying. I mean, I even have shown my oldest niece, Miranda, this movie at a pretty young age, too. I think she was around fourth grade as well when I showed her this movie. Obviously, I'm like 11 years older than my niece, so whatever. I was already like well into my teens at this point. But like she watched it and it has become one of her favorite movies as well. So that's what I mean. Like what I was saying kind of at the beginning of the movie of this is one of those movies that you literally kind of just pass down. It's one of those movies. So, and you guys, if you have not seen this movie for whatever reason, like come on. If you like cheesiness, you like some good poppy sing-along songs and stuff, and hey, you know what? Bring some people over, tell them to bring some stuff, some supplies and stuff, and you can have your own little interactive, like, movie experience as well. That's the other thing, too, that this movie is really well known for. And honestly, I'm not even sure of any other movies that have this sort of reputation of of the type of interaction it has from its audience that people just kind of started doing. Like, for example, at the beginning with like the wedding scene, people would bring rice, throw it at the screen, at each other. When Brad and Janet are going to the castle to try and find a phone to call a tow truck, people would bring like squirt guns to simulate the rain and everything. So I mean, things like that about this movie that really kind of bring people together, and it's a movie that like you would not expect from. So I mean, that's the thing. That's another reason why I gotta love this movie. I'm just saying. So, but you guys, for those of you who have seen this movie, which I'm sure most of you have, because it's it's been around. It's been around. It's got a nice little reputation. So, just let me know kind of like what some of your fondest memories are of Rocky Horror. Maybe when you actually kind of discovered it on your own and everything. Like, how did you come across Rocky Horror Picture Show? I want to know. I want to hear. So, I'm just saying, till next time, as always, you guys, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.